Manze, leo niko hapa na
Yo, wagwan people. GJB100, aka the musical boss. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be locked in today with my great people. GJB stands for Golden Junior Bwire.
wacha tupatie story yake tujue mbona kuna flag mbili kwa mkono.
The two flags, he's Yaba. I'm born to a Kenyan mom and a Ugandan dad. So I have to represent the two countries equally. But literally, ukiniuliza, I'll say I'm more familiar with Kenya than
100% Kenya.
Not really. I can't really say that because it's and siezi sema napenda gani over gani because I'm a product of both.
Yep.
And international by birth. First, you'll allow me say this. GJB100 is a musical boss. So for me, I'm not representing any musical genre. I do music. So if it just happens like kama wewe, I just landed on a reggae track na uka vibe nayo, I'm humbled. But hata wase wengine hata ohangla, you never know, tunaweza fanya hata ohangla the next time. And then ikiwa nice pia ilikuwa yenu. If it wasn't for you, I'm sorry, but relax. I'll just serve you with your genre yenye unapenda. But musically for me, naweza sema, before I started constructing sentences or words as a child, I was humming melodies. Because it's more of a family thing. Like in the house, my dad was and is from a musical family. And then easy being breeded kwa iyo family and that structure, musical structure. So inanipata like this is one thing that I really know and I'm good at. Hence the name 100. Cause hii ndo kitu najua literally. Yeah. And I love it. Now advantage ni ika happen despite coming from a musical family. Now this is that thing that I was gifted with God. So naarnasani moto. Like this is what you know and this is what you're gifted to do.
And now that you have said that you are just a musician, you can sing benga, wangla, you can sing reggae. Which one do you think that you can give your all 100% in it? Because even if you are saying that you can do all of them, there's that strength in one.
I'll say music. Kusoma tu news ndo siwezi. Because, you know, it's something different. But any genre and stuff, so long as it's in music.
You just give 100%.
And for me, I usually say it's a vibe. And once you understand this as an artist, let me give some secret out there to whoever will agree with my opinion or my wisdom. Or your music is a vibe. And if you're really for it, if you're really for music, sio leo kukam umesikia wase wana do some stuff huko hivyo and then you're like, oh, if they do this I can also do. If you're really for music, you'll understand when you're in the studio or when you're in that musical space, it's usually music that allows you to feed it how it wants you to feed it.
In short, you're saying that you are the one to control the music.
No, it's music to control you because it gives you how you are to approach it. The vibe. It's not you creating the vibe. It's music that creates the vibe for you and then now unajua how to come at it. That is if you are for music. You'll understand. Like those are the house secrets.
So like how is the music controlling and giving vibe?
Now, you know, you can just... I'll give you an instance. I'm being called right now somewhere. I'm supposed to do something. It's a surprise. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going. But nimefika hapo hivyo, nimeplay or something. And at the end, I'll end up delivering that. And you are unprepared. So is that something you unasema ulikuja nayo kweli? Ni kitu umeipata huko, right? It's the same thing. We have different ways to approach music. It's just the same way tunaweza sema inspirations hukuja tofauti. From life, observations, creativity. It's the same thing here. But now when doing it, you have to allow yourself to be in that space. Usually here, most of the artists wakisema, I want to be in the zone. So kuna just that particular space yenye probably nyi mnasikia but yeye anaiona. I can't really explain how it happens, but inakuwaga hivyo unaiona. Because even sometimes after you've done your stuff, unaweza jisikia and then you're like, whoa, how did that come up?
You always perform solo?
Personally, I'm not in any group. I'm just unpredictable GJB100. But I'm a very collaborative person in nature or a collaborative artist. I know the strength ya umoja. They say umoja ni nguvu, and that one has never changed. It's really true. Kitu fani ni, you can never control what other people see, think, and conclude about you. You are only responsible for yourself. So siezi jua thoughts za wase. And naeza sema pia, like, siwezi sema sana I have like literally to always be proving myself too much to be likable to people. That is too much pressure. So pia mi lazima tunishi life yangu how I know, how I like, and how I roll with my principles. Because even to them, wako na principles zao. So if I happen to be your cup of tea, shukran sana, nakupenda sana. If I'm not, najua you also have your cup of tea.
Atembeze.
But not really in a rude way. If you're patient enough, maybe you'll come to understand. Na utanipenda later.
Yep.
And pia mimi nikikuwa kwa sport ama position ya kutaka kukuelewa, maybe tutaelewana. But the thing is, hawezi control what people think, what people conclude, what people will always say, because watu ni watu.
Yep.
The thing is just, it's easier for me because I believe I do what I'm rightfully supposed to do. And that is what has always been working for me. So me, I don't have that time for negativity. I don't have time sijui kuchimba life ya mtu, ku create enmities zenye haziko. Me, I just mind my business and I do my business. So if it happened, my business impresses you, shukran sana.
Oh, by the way, I've asked you that question because there's an artist mwenye alisema yeye anaweza perform under pressure. But akianza perform under pressure, speaker, yani vile DJ akuwa na mix ngoma ikaanza ku bounce back, inaenda forward, inarudi back, akaanza kujama na katupa mic chini. That's why nimekuuliza swali kama hiyo. Vile watu waweza kuchukua.
Okay. On such incidences, this will happen, but they can also be avoided. I think tukianza ku view art as a serious tool of, like, ni kama job yoyote professionally, like majorly, if we also start viewing art on a professional level, a lot of things will be running smooth. Like iyo incidents ya ku work under pressure. Music is a fun thing. It's not supposed to be a pressure thing. So ikikuja kwa parts kama za performances and stuff, if professionalism is involved, kuna sound check, kuna preparations, like early preparations, and then knowing everything to be done rightly. Because at the end of it all, always it change. As much as it's a sad song, it's a hype song, it's an educative song, it's a fun song, music is just a tool that you're supposed to listen pressure free.
Can you tell us your first day experience when you enter the studio?
Actually, my first time getting to a studio was in our studio. But now I had actually an awkward moment, and I realized later. Now, the first time wasn't that good. The second time now getting to a studio now is, now after forgetting, like now after knowing this is our studio, so I stepped in. But now the second time now, when I started doing it now, was even fun than the first one. The first one was weird because when I got there, it was our studio. Everybody who was working in our studio understood that the boss child has the musical knowledge. And I got in the studio, I shared my knowledge. Even the people who were there, and I was a kid, they really liked and picked a lot of things. So when I thought that I've shared my stuff I'm supposed to record, they refused.
Why?
Because
It was
I
your
later on came to understood because every producer who was working there, the first principle that my dad had told them was, G is not supposed to record until when he finishes class 8.
Or according to age.
So they were scared. If I do, they see the knowledge and they see the urge I really want to do, but they couldn't because they could get fired. So they were like, they started bringing so many excuses, and I was like, okay.
Excuses are like,
time these clients were nangoja, nini. It was weird though. And then I just understood like, that's what I'm saying. Music is not supposed to be
something of pressure.
So I just stepped out. And then later on, now, as a kid, coming from that musical family, probably even when I was doing music, I didn't know why I was doing music. So a lot happened later on, and then at some point I even stopped performing. I stopped doing music, and I was like, it was really a hard time.
You saw because you are still young, or by that time you have already recorded? Because your dad said that until you finish a certain level of school.
Now, even before I could finish that, my dad passed. And it was really...
Sorry.
It's okay. It was really a hard time because he was majorly the one person who really understood what I had. Other people couldn't understand. They just saw me as a spoiled brat.
But you look like...
I blame it on my dad. But yeah, shout outs to my mom, because my mom is actually the one who gave me this Kibera good look. But now, it was really hard because now people couldn't understand what I had and what I was doing. And this is that one thing I've grown up knowing. Even as a kid, when other kids were being asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? They were saying president, doctor. I always said I want to be a music artist.
Was it okay with your teacher?
They would laugh or they couldn't understand, but I don't blame them. Because later on, until when you're interested to understand something is when you will understand and know its importance.
Yeah, because I can imagine by that, at your age, when you're in school.
Actually, when we got in high school, the first presentation day in the board, they asked me, I say that every person in that board laughed. And I really got pissed and offended. I'm like, yo, you don't understand yet. In your phone, you have a playlist and you have artists that you really love and they're having a lavish lifestyle, even far way better than you. And it's because of music and you still act like you don't understand.
But I think it is because of the environment. Most of the artists, they always get depressed. They always land in drugs, doing different things which are not positive. That's why I think the students were laughing.
But now, it's just like any other venture. There are also fallouts.
Yeah, true.
Even in heaven, there are angels who are good and there are angels who rebel and they were thrown. So it's just a normal thing. Like even there are people who you look up to who will keep on being impressive and those ones who will fall off there. So it's just the same thing and it's normal. It's just not in our lane mostly. It's just that we are so publicly out here and it's seen. That is why we usually get so much judgments and we are seen. But the same thing I'm saying, in their playlist, they have so many artists that they know they have lavish lifestyle and it has come from music. And so when I got to stop doing music for some time, it was because of the pain and then I was not being understood. And then I also later on just tried to want to know why was I given the talent and the ability that I was given. And there are those times that you just really want to know, is this really the thing that I was created to do? And you just God, please give me a sign. So for me, get into this, it was approved. And that is why I don't mind what people say or think, because I was given sides and I saw them.
You just realize that is your purpose
Yeah, and then later on, when I was ready again,
to record now.
when I was ready again to get back to music, now the second time usually feels like the first time, because that was really good. And that is when, and it all started here.
Number 9.
Number 9, nyumbani, Kibera. Shout outs to Danville, Hatebox. That is where it all started. 2016, 16th August. The people who know me, they know I'm so poor and bad with dates. But that one, I've never forgotten. And it was really awesome because we did it very well to an extent that up to date, I usually tell Danville, that was my first recorded jam, and he usually says, no, you're playing me. Because, yeah, it sounds super dope. I'm dope. I know that.
Is there any artist that you are looking up to?
Yeah. For me, I just have this unknown love for no even good reason. I know people will say, yeah, because it's from your home and something. But I just love Chameleon, naturally. But now, if you ask me that artist that I can say I look up to and not really becoming him, but he inspires me, I'd say that is Wyclef Jean from the Fugees. Because that guy he's all-rounded. Then he just understands music. But now again, there's this good pressure of the reasons as to why I am really this good. It's because you know of 2 very great legends who we happen to share names. So I can't really be a flop.
Yep.
And we bear the same name with the 2.
He has already said the case.
That is Shabaranks. GJB100 shares the names with Shabaranks.
Shabarangs from Jamaica.
And Busy Signal. So definitely, there's no way in this life that I can be whack. There's no way. I have to really represent hype. And the lucky thing is, I'm representing it from Kibera.
Chocolate City.
Yeah, and also some love to my Ugandan people. I'm also representing you.
Is there anyone you are nurturing?
I can say yes. I really enjoy giving my knowledge freely to whoever feels the need of having it. Because at the end of it all, good thing is a good thing. And I believe I'm doing a good thing. So if I happen to pass the knowledge and someone get impressed and implies that, I'm sure we'll be having more good things. So it's easy to do that. And the fact that I'm also here, the big thing that I'm also here to do is just to seal that legacy and have that iconic stature. And by doing that, it just can't be only for music. I also have to inspire character. I also have to inspire the craft. I have to leave an impact in the society. So I'm just this very accommodative kind of person, especially to a person who really wishes to tap the knowledge I got. And I'm also a very good learner. And I'm a very good listener to whoever is really great at the craft. I can sit as well and learn.
Can you share with us your journey, if there is some up and downs, your challenges, how you conquer them, and what keeps making you to move on?
It's a good journey and a good experience for those who are really for it and those who really wish and want to have the whole experience with patience. Now, for me, if you remember back, I told you I stopped at some time. Not really like this, associating myself from music, but I had come from that musical family. Now that is gone. People don't understand, but I really want to press on in this one thing that I totally believe in. But I had now to find reasons and a purpose to always keep my head up going in this. And when I found, I was willing and ready to go through all the phases to just be who I am and who I aspire even to be more. Now, there, just like any other occupation, music or entertainment or art is to be considered as a profession. And with it, you have to have patience, discipline, plan, goals, and just knowing how to go through it.
To be focused.
To be focused. And there are also sacrifices to be laid. And the big thing, whether you want to agree with this or not, God is usually the final of it. Or because for me, I remember among the things that I was learning in my time, I also just had to say a prayer and ask God to give me favor. That was the big thing. And also give me, I usually say, a God-given team. Because you can, in this, let me never lie to you or not lie to you. In music, you can never just come from nowhere alone. Kuna hiyo nguvu ya umoja. Like, you just have to have people who will see, believe, put you somewhere. Like, even what you guys are doing right now. Like, just see something and then help where you can. So I also just had to say, like, God, give me a team that is from you. The people who will believe
In what you do.
in what I'm doing and really always be on my case in a good way and have good motives. So I'd also advise other people to just ask for that. Because when having that, you'll also be having it easy to move. Because remember, you can be having the ability to sing or to rap or to write or to play, but you want to produce, you don't know how to produce, you have to go to the producer. You don't know how to shoot, you will have to go. It's a whole venture. It needs
like a team,
people. It needs people. So for me, I remember that second time that I call out, usually my first time, it was after now crafting it. I presented something to Danville. Danville liked it. And we had to go on. But remember now, once you have to go on, like now you also, once you start, you have to be growing. No changing, growing.
Yeah.
And once you have to grow also, you will realize the bigger you get,
The more you learn
new things, and also demands also increases even for you, because goals also become, you also want, remember, like you also want to get on that international standard, you also want to get now, and there are demands to be met. So you realize like there are inputs to do, so you have like to sacrifice some stuff and put in what you believe in. And also the discipline, the patience of just, and then that positive mind
and persistence.
Yeah, always being there and not like, and majorly growth. And growth always comes from learning. Learn, listen, observe, move. Because it never can get done when you're just seated there. You have to move.
You have to work.
Move around, learn, connect, present. So that is how it just goes.
So I have a question. I believe that you have been performing on stages and in different to different audiences. Is there a time when you went to perform and the audience were not feeling you?
I've been fortunate enough not to have experienced that, but I've seen other people experiencing that, and it got me scared. It was just before I got in, like that.
Who was that artist?
Nah.
It's okay.
No, and I'm not even refusing to say the name. I don't remember because it's been. That was quite a while, and we didn't get to interact with the guys so much, so I really can't remember the name. But it was scary because I was just coming next after him. It was a him, I remember.
So like that day when you are supposed to get on the stage after that guy, what did you do?
I just had already given my playlist to the DJ because it wasn't like a live stuff. And yeah, it really went good. But I was like seeing the whole experience and putting myself in the shoe of that guy. I was like, oh my! Even if it were you, you'll definitely feel. But yeah, it all comes with good preparedness and loving your craft and understanding that what you're supposed to do. For all the artists who want and who are for this journey, there are just things that you can't work without: the discipline, the love, the dedication, the sacrifices that you have to make for this, and being positive always. No lying to yourself, because for you to be out here, there's that persistence, there's that consistency. So you have to really put in work every now and then. Don't allow each when you're being told that you're good. Just take it in your heart as an encouragement to keep you going, but don't let it get to your head and be stupid, because you have to keep on growing. And a person who really want to grow, you have to be humble. So if that pride creeps in, it will shadow off all the goodness that you're supposed to put in work. And you only get to be fresh every day if you're down to earth. If you are a dope artist and you really believe in yourself and you know you're really great and you have that X factor, I call it X factor. Reach out. We'll listen to you and we will know how to help. Yeah.
GB, tell us your handle.
On YouTube, do follow, subscribe, share GJB100. Instagram, unpredictable_GJB100. Facebook, unpredictable GJB100. And all digital platforms, GJB100. So it's GJB100, GJB100, GJB100. Yeah, GJB100.
So here is Steve Olala, and please do not forget to subscribe. Steve Olala is the name of the YouTube channel. Please comment. Please click that bell for new videos, and let's meet the next episode. Thank you for watching.